Hi, and welcome back to my portfolio. I had a very good week in terms of portfolio performance, and I am super happy to announce that someone finally used my Robinhood stock code and got a free stock, so we'll talk about in this video. But first, we'll talk about my performance over the week. So we can see over the day, almost no movement. Over the past week now, up almost $400 or 2.5%. Over the past month, and we can see up nearly 17% or $2,200, which is incredible, up $3,300 over the past 3 months. We zoom out to the year, up 52%, and all time now up 51.3% or $5,206. This is incredible to see. I'm very happy with the performance of my portfolio and what I have in store for the future. I did go ahead and deposit another $150, so my total investment in the portfolio, as we can see, is $10,150. With that investment, I made a couple of purchases. First was 2 shares of Coca-Cola, or KO. Those were $52.76 a piece for a total of $105.52. The second purchase was $50 of Bitcoin. That bought me 0.0029 Bitcoin. The cost was $17,238.94. And my new position is now 0.2766 Bitcoin. Super happy about that, but now we'll talk about my free stock. As I mentioned before, I did get a free stock because someone used my Robinhood code. If you sign up with Robinhood using my code in the description, you get a free stock and I get a free stock. It's really a win-win. So we can see here total cost of 0. Total return shows plus 287. That doesn't mean a whole lot. I believe when I first got this share, it was $299. That was earlier this week. But the plan here is going to be to sell. Most of these free stocks are not going to be worth a ton of money. As I mentioned, they are free, so I can't complain a whole lot. Here we have Mankind. It's a pharmaceutical company that has struggled a ton. So over the past 3 months, we can see they are up 77%. Over the past year, they are up 131%. But if we zoom out to 5 years, we can see this is really just a recovery from what was really, really poor performance for them, down 72%. Now, if we come down here to the earnings, we can see that they're struggling to stay profitable. I don't know a whole lot about the company, and it's worth so little. I think I'm going to go ahead and sell. Nonetheless, very excited that I was able to get a free stock. So always make sure to use my code down in the description if you would like to sign up for Robinhood. As always, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what video you want to see next. It makes a huge difference. I'm back on a regular upload schedule, and I'm getting caught up as soon as possible. The first major stock we have to talk about today is Sunrun. It's the largest stock holding in my portfolio. We can see the total return, of course, is broken on this one too because all of these shares were purchased as Vivint Solar, whom Sunrun bought out. But the value here is $15.7437. It's down to $58, so pretty poor performance over the past week, down 15%. Over the past month, up about 15%. Over the past year, up 326%, and 5 years now, up 700%. Of course, I've talked about it many times. This is a long-term play, and I think that the combination of Vivint Solar now being owned by Sunrun means that they can decrease costs and hopefully make some money. Their last earnings report was awesome to see. They were profitable. There's a lot of good news coming out of Sunrun. Let me know what you think about this one, but I think for now, I'm just going to stay put. Next up, we have perhaps my favorite holding in the portfolio, which is Penn National Gaming, trading at $71.55. See, my total return is tremendous here, up $417 or 140%. Average cost is down there at $30. Makes up just less than 5% of my portfolio, so not a whole lot. Over the past week, we can see it's down a little bit. Past month up 19%, 3 months up 33%, 1 year up 203%, and 5 years now up 345%. I talked about it in one of my videos in the past. Of course, the Barstool gambling app is really the big play here right now because sports gambling is in its infancy. I've talked about that many, many times. But I have read that their market share in the states where that app is currently live, I believe right now it's only Pennsylvania and Indiana. But in Pennsylvania alone, they captured almost 15% of the online sports gambling industry of the market in Pennsylvania in just that first month, which is unheard of. We can see a 64% buy rating, and if we move down to the earnings, we can see if we get rid of Q2 of this year, of course, casinos were closed, so of course they lost money. But when we get rid of that, we can see pretty strong growth here, especially with Q3 of 2020. So this is a position that is getting more and more expensive. As I mentioned, average cost is down there at $30, but I would like to purchase some more shares of Penn National Gaming. Next up, we have AT&T. a stock that has struggled, but I think there's a lot of room for growth here, particularly with the very strong dividend. So we can see the total return is now down $29 or about 8%. My average cost is up there at $32. It is up on the day. On the week, we can see it's up about 1%. 1 month up about 8%. 3 months down 1.5%. Over the past year, down 22%, and 5 years down about 13%. 59% hold rating on Robinhood. If we go look at their earnings, we can see that they have been solid, but they're starting to tail off here over the past few quarters. So if nothing else, I think it's a stock to watch. Let me know what you think about AT&T down in the comments. We talked about Barstool and Penn National Gaming, so of course we have to talk about Draftkings, trading for just a tad under $50 a share right now. Total return is up 45% here. Average cost is about $35. I like Draftkings for the same reason I like Penn National Gaming. I think that this industry just has so much room for growth, and it's really going to be a matter of how fast states legalize sports gambling as opposed to whether or not they legalize sports gambling. So over the past month, we can see it's up 26%, 3 months up 37%, over the past year up 400%, and that IPO was just about a year ago, or rather a year and a half ago. So we can see this isn't accurate, of course. If we go over here, we can see the IPO was just under $10, so enormous growth since that IPO. Last stock for today is going to be KeyBank. This is a stock that I'm going to get rid of next week. I don't really like it all that much, and I think with what's going on with Bitcoin right now, my best move is going to be to sell off these shares and convert that into Bitcoin. So we can see total return is up less than $1, less than 1%. These 5 shares are worth exactly $80 right now. Over the past month, we can see it is up 24%, 3 months up 24%. Over the past year, still down 15%, and 5 years, only up 21%. The dividend here is okay, but of course with the pandemic, banks particularly were hit very hard. And as I mentioned, and we're about to talk about, I think Bitcoin is a great play at the moment. Here we have Bitcoin, by far the largest holding in my portfolio, makes up nearly 35% of the portfolio at the moment. Total return is up $2,520 or 89.5%. My average cost is sneaking up every single week. It's up to $10,177. Total cost there is about $2,800, but I'm very happy with this position. And as I've mentioned many times, I'm going to be continuing to purchase Bitcoin every single week until hopefully the end of next year, when I will dump it and hopefully make a lot of money. On the week, we can see Bitcoin's back up 13%. If we zoom out to the month, we can see it is up 39%. We had tremendous growth here, peaked at about 19.4 and then dropped down here momentarily into the 16,000 range. And we did see a new all-time high for Bitcoin this past week. We'll see if the graph shows it. Yep, right here we were trading at 19,800 approximately, which is just crazy to think about, especially with how much more time there is for Bitcoin to continue to grow. So up 90% over the past 3 months, over the past year up 164%, and 5 years now up 5,000%. I always am curious to hear what people think about Bitcoin, so comment down below what you think about Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies in general, and thanks for watching to the end of the video. I'll be back next week.